Welcome back to the channel. Oh, what is up? Mr. Mullins. What's up, Mr. Melford? How we doing today? What's good in the neighborhood? HQ looks full, dude. Um, it's we're going through some transitioning, and I gotta figure some things out. I bought a storage. Well, didn't buy a storage unit. I'm renting a storage unit now. Um, so I can hold the wall displays and hopefully maybe expand upon the I guess merchandise and accessories area. We're gonna print some shirts. What else we gotta do today? I do have a package I'd like to open on stream. We'll see. What'd you say? GT growing? Well, I don't know. We need it to. Protos just arrived. Are we testing today? We're not necessarily testing. I do have a box that I want to open. In a few minutes here. I'm going to knock out some shirts, though. Definitely got to do that. I guess you guys can see behind the scenes here of what it's like to print these shirts. Um, oh, didn't realize I already had some of these done. Oh, that's right, I did some of the 2X's. Do 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 do. But this is really my first like big batch. Unfortunately, the process is not quite as streamlined as I was hoping it would be, but we'll get there. Definitely gives you the opportunity to make cool stuff like my Good Morning sweatshirt. How's everybody doing today, though? got a Cricut but no heat press. Haven't made a shirt since the pandemic. Sending my family to Jake. My mom has already hit him up. Yeah, if you have sent somebody, I have not answered any Secret Santa requests. It's on my list today. Colors on the hoodie look great. Thank you. How difficult is it to turn a design into a shirt? Um, what's the specific question there, Wiggs? Getting it to something that's printable, or I'm gonna try something here. What's up, Brad? I know it's been rough too with the NBA. Like, doesn't really have any games with these cup going on. How do you get the design you heat press on? Um, kind of just depends. So this, I had the Elite E from Ryan Johnson, who makes most of our art. Um, so I had the E. The next step was I then got the gradient. I wanted the gradient. I already had it in my mind. Like I made a gradient on like a gradient maker on the interwebs. And then gave an artist the colors to gradient the logos. I probably could have just done that in Photoshop, but Photoshop and me, it's just a slow learning curve for me. So sometimes it's easier to just pay somebody a pretty quick, easy fee to get something that easy done. I think it was like $5 or $6 to get that made for me, colorized, instead of me struggling with it for a while. And then you order it. I've used different heat transfer print shops, still testing them out, of which ones I like the best. And then you just order it. It takes about a week to come in for most of them. And then you get to this process. I'm not sure if that quite answered your question, but if you already have the art, it's not so hard. This one added a layer just because I wanted the gradient on it, not just a solid color. So I had to pay to get that gradient made. What up, Brady? DJ live stream. How's the music? What did I find? So royalty free is tough on the YouTubes. So this is productivity music, work music for concentration, ADHD relief music. Um, so while we're here, you know, I'm prepping these shirts. What you have to do is you have to hit them with the heat press for a few seconds to get the moisture out. And then what I've been doing is you fold them in half here so the seams are right in half. And grab these corners, give it a little shake, then hit it again. So this way it'll press a line down the middle so I can center up that E a little bit easier. The pocket logos are a lot easier to do because it can be off a little bit based on the one shoulder, but the centered ones I really like to get centered up as good as I can on the shirt. But this is just part one. The first step is, this is all the prep work and then applying the first press to the logo. So then what's going to happen is I let them cool, I peel off the plastic covering, and then I hit them again with the heat. What up, Merritt? Let me get all these mediums prepped, and then I'll open that box from an experimental anodizer to see what we have. So that'll be fun to go through together, possibly. Because you have to center it, because surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, but that tag's not always perfectly in the center, so you can't always just go off of that tag. Sky Tater is in Discord. What up, Phil? Wait, did I actually see that Pacific Northwest Regionals was moved to Portland? Is that true? And is Portland a city that's safe to go to still from interwebs? Was always in Seattle. I don't know if they moved it though.
We, the members of Family Tech Support, Didn't volunteer.
We were chosen to go
Oh,
around the
really?
clock.
Hotline. We get slammed with a ton of screenshots all at once on Grandma's iPhone.
We explain, then
Repeat. I never click on anything weird. Dad had downloaded the internet, I think.
Mom's back is losing it.
Flashing storage almost full. Just the usual madness right before dinner gets cold. We're now
So did that, Phil, did it move to Portland or just moved in Seattle from the convention center? See, that one wasn't even close for the tag to be in the center, so that's unfortunate that I have to do that centering every time. What up, Blue? Is it Portland that Portland decriminalized all drugs, right? And am I do they have like the parks are filled with tents, or is that just an exaggeration from the interwebs? How can I do this best? That's better. Pulling up some B grade medium shirts, yeah, basically. I mean, if I so this is my first run, so they're all going to be B grades, but sold as shipped as A grades. These are all monthly shipment shirts, so um, bear with me, homies. They'll still be good though. The Pacific Northwest region, I definitely want to like go sightseeing, like the national parks. All right, I think we got what do we got? This the last medium? Okay, last medium, and then we're gonna open up that box from the test anodizer. You know, I like the abilities that this gives me, but honestly, I'm gonna need to train my 7-year-old to do this. Because it's really not enjoyable. But all of you are at work right now. Is that really enjoyable? That's what it is, right? Alright. Let's open this box. I will say that they looked a little bit chalky. Ooh, I like the way they're wrapped. Not because this is the easier way to wrap them, because it's the easier way to unwrap them. Oh. Yeah, they're definitely chalky. They need a something to happen to the finish for them to be smoother. The anodizer said he wanted them straight off the machine, not blasted, for more color. Wow. I mean, they're a little bit dark and a little bit chalky, but the stage 1 is holy cow. Like, okay, there's some promise here. So they're still a little bit dark from that blast. Come on. You can do it. Little bit dark. Little bit dark. Little bit dark. Next step here is to see. But I do believe that's from. Okay, so they're definitely. I bet you they're going to be smooth because the bearing post is tight, tight. So this is usually a common thing for the first time through on somebody doing what are these G19s for the first time doing something specific yo-yo wise like this. I guess I'm wrong. I thought that those were G19s. They must be G20s. Don't even know my own yo-yos. Definitely that chalky finish that we've felt multiple times on different anode tests I've done. Nice thing is that this one has, like, this one shows enough promise that it's worth figuring it out, I think. Oh, interesting. Their contact point is much, much smaller. They don't use threads. Yeah, that's not giving you any good photoage. Hopefully it's smooth. That would help the case, and then we'll figure out the finish. Hmm, little vibe. Wow. Colors on it are absolutely fantastic. They're just a little dark from the blasting, but yeah, you guys can't see that at all. That stinks. We'll try to get some better colors for you. These are a rainbow wash with pink splash. Probably looks pink on screen. I know what I can do here. A little brighter for you. Good morning. Get yourself a hoodie as soon as I put them on the website. A different anodizer than the Rainbow Carbine, but the finish is pretty similar. They they all do something different before anodizing. And what they do before anodizing leads to what that finish feels like after anodizing. So like this one they specifically said they thought that raw parts off the machine would look better. And I asked them if they bright dip, which we just have that issue with bright dip, but it usually helps with the parts. And this shop does not bright dip. um, but I like how these are all, wow, that one's really, wow. Now it is that rainbow wash, so you get just different. Each cup is so different. Wow, these are all like, I guess condensation buildup on them, but it looks a little brown on my screen. Doesn't really look brown at all in person. A little bit reddish orange. Okay, cool. That's promising. All right, step 2, medium shirts. So at this point in time, they still have that seal. They have to cool, and then for this specific one, and then peel, and then I have to press it one more time to seal it in there. And then I'll make the decision. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. We'll see. Um, I don't know that I'm going to do the backs because the backs at the top, it ends up laying goofy on the shirt. So on the t-shirts, when I try to do the top center logo on the back, it lays right here on the ridge of the collar on the front of the shirt, so it kind of presses funny. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. So they might just be front shirts until I figure that out. I know some of these are made differently, where you pull the shirt, and maybe I didn't get the right kind for having to do the back too, but you pull the shirt over this, which doesn't work for my setup, and it would only print on one side of it. Well, it would only have one side in between the press and the heat plate. How many of those did you have made? I think I did 20 parts. So a little more testing and I'll figure out what to do with them exactly. Um, that's one of those things, like even if I glitch it, I'd probably just toss it up on a loadout Tuesday with the loadouts. But I should probably test it a little bit. It's that finish that could probably, you got to be careful with your string. The other option, if I get them all smooth, is to lottery them because they are pretty slick. But yeah, loadout Tuesday drop probably, or a lottery makes the most sense. Yeah, they are evolutions. Small, large. What do you guys think about the print shop? XL? Oh, come on now. Don't fall over on me. We are doing all right. Just currently thinking about if this is a good idea with the shirts or not. I mean, the shirt itself is a good idea. I'm not sure if me printing them was a good idea. I'm not going to be able to get all these done because I do have to send some of those replies for the Secret Santa-ers. Why is that loose?
I chose Wix for my business because of its
I should
massive
probably
scope
choose
for
Wix.
functionality and free.
I think there's got to be a um, easier way than the tips I've seen for centering a shirt. How many shirts are there in an average shipment? 50. Children around the world are very well. I don't. Yeah, I mean, they are clearly more efficient than I am. What up, John? So the videos I've seen to center, they say grab that top corner, obviously grab the bottom corner where the seams are, give it a quick shake-a-rooney, Drop it on there. And it's going to give you a little crease, which it does. But in the long scheme of things, I would somehow like to avoid that. Lots of process. So that's maybe, what, 20 seconds a shirt? 20 seconds a shirt over 50 shirts? It's really not that much time, I guess. I'm just whining. I'm just whining. Ignore me. Alright guys, discuss among yourselves what you would like to know about the GQ, and I'll be right back. I gotta get some water. It's sweatshop down here. I'm back. You want to talk about the herdsman, the good or the bad? I think like even if I had a laser, it's not going to center the shirt for me. I'm just trying to think of ways. So 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5. Alright, so that's actually taken me a full 35 seconds to find that center there. it's hand done, so I should charge more. I mean, I would like it to be centered though. I want you guys to wear it. I don't want you to get shirts every month that you're not wearing. All right, where's that herdsman John was talking about? So made adjustments to the herdsman for this AL7 version. The biggest difference you'll notice is in the cup. So then let's see, get focused. Um, you're probably not going to notice online here actually. So that inner bowl is a good bit bigger because I cut out a lot of that weight going to the 7068. And then move that to the stainless steel rim. Move the stainless steel rim location too, which even if I kept everything the same and just swapped the location, you would notice a difference. But I wanted to make some body changes as well. Um, but I built this off of, so the Herdsman was basically CAD 1.2. I built it off of Herdsman 1.1, which did not have the updated spike. So this has the prototype spike, which is flat and not really usable. So by the time we get to production, we'll have that fixed, and I don't know if I'll change more weighting or not. It's a little bit wider as well. Maybe half a millimeter, a millimeter. I always like the regular herdsman, and when it was kind of the Agent series was new and it was only available on Patreon, that really limited the herdsman's reach. So I'm gonna adjust that, I think, for the AL7 version, so we can do more colors and more drops, because it is really a really nice yo-yo, and that shape kind of sticks out. Really grinds really well. Is it still going on? What did I just answered all your questions about the herdsman? Did you hear him? Do 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 do. I really like the way the rim works. So about that herdsman, John, did you hear what we said about it or no? And by we, I mean I said about it. I wasn't sure if you got back in time. You said you just got back, but I wasn't sure if it was in time or not. Oh no. Missed it. Jake had a whole 10-minute segment on it where there were skits and an interview with Bill Belichick. I had Mickey and Jensen's thoughts on it. Legends of the past. Alright, so now that John's back, we could talk about the herdsman. This is the AL7 version. So I don't want to change it so much that it feels like a new yo-yo. But I want to change it enough that it's different and you can specifically tell they're different, but the same, but different. Um, so it's just a tad wider, tad bigger in diameter. So there really is a little bit of change there, more than usual. That I changed the specs. I don't usually change the specs. There, I think you're in focus now. So just a tad bigger diameter, tad wider. Um, Move the rim. That's the biggest thing you're going to notice right off the rip. But also inside, the biggest difference here you'll see, along with the bigger stainless steel rims, is that center cutout around the center of the yo-yo is much bigger. I shaved a lot of weight out of there to move out to the rim. So made a bigger rim and moved the placement of the rim. Wider yo-yo, bigger diameter. Those are both minor changes. Probably the most amount of change you'll see from a yo-yo to an AL7 version. Like I said, I want it to be different enough that you notice it, but it's still the same yo-yo. And I want it to be worth the changes. I don't want to just change the material to change the material for a different version. That's kind of what I did in the past. And so you'd get like a 2 gram heavier yo-yo, but everything was laid out the same, so it was just heavier. So there was differences, and you would have some would like the heavier or the lighter version. But with this route, um, it's more substantial changes, and I feel like better about if you have like a lot of people having both. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense at all. Focuses on that big old forehead. Yeah, it does. You know what they say about big foreheads. Big hats. That's right. Oh. Any any neat new? Oh my gosh! Speaking of hats, any neat new G2 hat designs in the works? Nothing right now. I do have the blue ones that are like the gray ones to drop after I get some photos. I should have done that today when I got the hoodie photos. But that's it. Hats are kind of a slow moving item, so I can't have that many different options just with the space and whatnot. But these hoodies will be up possibly today. I should put them up right now while the heat press is hot.
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Legends say these relics hold a great force, one that could change the course of history.
I'd like to do like a banshee hat. Um, and then we'll see. Hats you gotta or shirts you gotta wash every day, so you get a bunch of shirts. Hats you can wear the same one over and over and over. So I understand that. Dad hats, the softer style. Isn't there a snackback trucker in the store right now? This guy. Unless you don't like the khaki. Genuine USA leather on there. You like it, George? Alright, so right there. George, aren't you supposed to be... You're probably on your 6-hour commute, aren't you? Olive drab is so hard to do in Anno. I've tried. What else can I enlighten you guys on? Yeah, I don't know. I sent I'm working on a yo-yo. Well, we've been working on this. I've been not putting this yo-yo off for a while. Just I don't know why. But I'm working on a yo-yo with Jeremy from Zipline. I was texting him the other day. I sent him CAD renders and let him pick out the proto color, but nothing on Zipline. Pack Storm geese. I don't know. I don't know if a Pack Storm mongoose is really going to happen. Think most of the rolls I have now are kind of slated for customs. So I don't have any responsives in the pipeline until the next Artist Edition Respawn X. I guess I should just get some Respawn X's in the store. I often get asked about a lot of our members or collectors have kids and they want to get them a responsive, and the beginner yo-yos are just that, beginner yo-yos, and some of them would like to have a nicer option. Is Santa Jake going to help you out with your BSTSS gift? Santa Jake will absolutely be working on getting those replies out today. I like it's one man show. One man show. So we're working on it. No customer service team to set these up, and this year's a little bit different. I always improve it a little bit and then also make it a little worse a little bit. So this year I've got a few different options. I'm kind of curating to people. Um, that doesn't look even close to centered. So I've got to get everything prepped for the different items I'm going to send out, kind of depending on who it's for and whatnot. Where prior years I had 3 or 4 options and I just had a generic email. That was probably the best option, but we're going to give this one a go. Why am I not getting a clean line here? So the generic option with the BST options is, or with the Secret Santa options, is probably the way to go. Not the way I went this way. I was trying, because some people got a little overwhelmed. They don't know yo-yo, and then when I just give them 4 options, that doesn't really help them. But if I kind of curate to them, if I know who they're shopping for and say, hey, this would be good or this would be good, and give them both price points, and they can pick one or the other, it's a lot easier for them than just having a catalog of 5 options. So that was my thinking, making it easier for that consumer, but then that made it harder on me. But it's Christmas time. It's not about me. Santa Jake is giving you guys the option to get something you want. And hopefully it makes it easier for that gift giver, because gift giving a lot of times can be pretty tough. Alex, I kind of curated. I can't do it this year. To, I believe last year we did the customs for you, or we did something for Christmas and then surprise you with the customs. Um, but I definitely got a winner for the missus. I have not. I haven't messaged any of the Secret Santas back. I'm just kind of blocking some time away. Probably after this stream. Your mom's gonna buy the run, Matt. Matt, you get the minimum run to really work is 40. So you get 40 people that want a Pack Storm Mongoose. We'll set up the pre-order and make a run of Pack Storm Mongoose. What's the front money for 40 yo-yos? A lot of that comes down to anodizing technique, but 40 yo-yos, I don't know, 3,500 maybe. Depends on a lot of factors. That's probably higher end. Wraith is. Oh, I do remember partially seeing this. So, after falling in love with the loadout, what's the best entry level to get into? I think that a Wraith is kind of your, like Alex said, he didn't, I actually didn't read the whole thing he said. What did he say? It's good, whole lineup's very solid. It looks like you'd love Yeah, so the Wraith is a very competitive forward yo-yo sizing, weighting wise. Um, and I think if it's your first G2 bimetal, that's a great place to start. The Elite is on the lighter end, so it's under 60 grams. That might, I don't know. I mean, it's an incredible bimetal. I love it. It's probably my second favorite right now, bimetal, or no, third favorite. Sorry. Um, AL7 Arbiter XSS would also be fantastic. It's on the lighter side, but closer to your standard weight range. Um, that's my second favorite bimetal G2 at the moment. First favorite is the Banshee T52. Be a lot harder to get one of those, but I know I have the Arbiters coming in soonish. Here, this is a great example of why I've got to do this painstaking task of centering. Check this out. You'd think the tag was the center, but it's all the way on that side of the tag. That iron mark in the top middle is the center, so the tag didn't even, it's barely even touching the center. If you would center off the tag, that would have been a rough one. Trevor, so I was kind of just giving you ballpark to front the run. The actual cost on my end, then after I put in my labor, time, costs, all that jazz, um, it's pretty standard. Pre-order's a little cheaper, so if you do it like $1.25 per. I think there's too many people that might like Mullins that are gonna buy one and send it his way, or sell it to him, whatever. I'm not sure why, but popular man in the G2 world. Does that say get a PowerPoint together? Matt, I'm sure, like, so the LLT, it always came up like I feel like 2 or 3 units short to have the titanium LLT ordered. I think if you get a PowerPoint out there, the Pack Swarm Mongoose would happen. Uh-oh, hour and a half, and I'm not through two of the sizes. Four machines in a row, so you can. Yeah, I know. I don't know where I would put them or want to deal with the expense of them, but they have really cool setups. Like if I had an official, like I would need a shop somewhere. Um, but you can put the top part, the heat press part, on like some bars that'll slide across. So you heat press, pops up after 10 seconds, slide it down to the next press, put it down. Then you're working on this table while this one's printing. Pops up, it's done. Slide it down to the next one, push it down, working on these two. So you can have the multiple machines, but then you're always working under this hot plate. When they have it set up on that machine that you slide it down the bar and this stays, slide it out of the way, put it down on the next one, then you work on this. You don't get burnt, and it's fast, I guess. Faster. I'm also just pretty new to it. I've done some small amounts of prints, but this is my first like full production run. I think I need to do a little more research on the easier ways to center up. Moob. Huh? Mhm. Thanks. Hmm? Okay. Thank you. Just an Americano. Thanks. Bring him down. I do. The rare Mrs. G2 is sighting. Really be ideal if she didn't want to work and just wanted to work the print shop. They were excited to see the other half of G2 on stream. Thanks. This blank is sick. Wow. I don't know. Do I throw the Good Morning logo on this or a Banshee logo? This is like a fleece, soft, like a I guess fleece is the right word. It's very soft and fuzzy. This is like thick and heavy. But let's I don't know if I want to do a Good Morning on it or a Banshee. Because I actually got these. Oh, these are nice too. Guys, we're on fire. Alright, we got some nice blanks up in here. Medium, 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 schmedium. Where's my XL? XXL. Don't do this to me. Okay. So this with the white. Don't know if I love how long those are. Why are they so long? But I got this for the Banshee logo. Maybe that just needs to be a G squared. What is this? Oh. I think blue, the little good morning, would go good on this color, right? I got a bunch of different things in so we could test them. George, I am working on something. Kind of like wait, is the youth large for your wife or your kids? I'm trying to figure out a kids club. Hoodies, you got to roll, I think. I don't know your wife, George, so there's a just a. I didn't know. I don't remember you saying your boys um through. gonna let that chill for a second. Oh yeah. Now I completely forgot about the beater banshee. Mm. I gotta go heat that up. It's a good time to end the stream. Get those secret Santa messages out. Tried to rush it, didn't peel correctly. That's annoying. I'll be right back. Alright. I think the strings. Why are they so long? You guys can't hear me. I don't have my mic on. The strings just ruin it. Why are they so long? Um, because I think this would need to be cream maybe to match the strings. What do you guys think though? Like maybe if I might just cut the strings. I like the strings, but they're so long. You guys like the Banshee hoodie? I'll get you a little zoom up on the logo-y action. It's a little distressed. I think I missed the center just a tear too. But actually, you can't even tell, so maybe I'm getting too paranoid about the centering. Alright. You like the longer strings? Okay. Do I need to have a cream then? To match the strings? Probably, right? Trevor, I can get you a specific blank now. Just let me know. Tie a knot in them. That's not gonna shorten them enough, dude. Like I want these things. I guess, yeah, I wanted them to be like 4 inches shorter. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I'm gonna go warm up my coffee and talk to the Secret Santas.